All right, and we are recording. So once again, if you have a question, just make sure that you unmute yourself to ask, or you can ask in the chat box. I'm going to share my screen now, and you'll see my slides again. Okay, so hopefully you're seeing a PowerPoint now. It says getting ready for the Beachbody launch in the UK with Elizabeth Goodrice-Geib, founder of Living Vibrantly, which is my coaching business, and Team Lives on Fire, which is my team. A roadmap for this call. First of all, welcome. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your Sunday evening to be here. So we're going to go through a little bit about Beachbody and coaching in general. What is the company and what do coaches do? Then you'll learn about me, who you're hearing from, and our team that you would potentially be joining, and then what you can do to get ready for the official launch. And right now, it's 11 days away, so it's getting very close, but if you're motivated, there's still a lot that you can accomplish in the next 11 days before the launch officially happens. So just know that. All right, so what is Beachbody? So I'm going to start at square one, and if you're familiar with the company, I apologize. I'll try to go through this quickly. By the way, I have a lot of information in this training. It may take about an hour, up to an hour and a half. So if you have to go, I completely understand. This video is going to be up on YouTube, and you'll be getting the link in your email, so you can finish up later if you just make note of what time you had to leave the call, and you can come back and start at that timestamp when you come back. All right, so Beachbody is a billion-dollar company. Right now we're in the US and Canada, and we started out making fitness DVDs. So we still make workout videos. You can see it says on the slide, innovation is big. So right now we have a workout video, streaming video library with 4 dozen different workouts. So it's like 600 sessions. When I say 4 dozen workouts, that's like the entire program is one, workout program that you might follow for like 3 months, 1 month up to 3 months. So there's really a lot to choose from. There's something for everyone. We really aim to help the average person bring fitness into their life by offering a menu of options so that everyone can find something that's suitable for them. And what I mean by innovation, so the company is always experimenting with new formats. So for example, right now, they're developing a new workout program where the people who are doing it are actually doing the workouts live, and they're part of the taping. And we're going to get to be part of that. Right now, it's a small test group. We're all going to get to try it out the first week in November. So it's only possible because of video streaming technology like what you're on right now, but the company is always experimenting with new and different formats and not just doing the same stale thing over and over. There's always something new and innovative, which is one of the things I really love about the company. We also make supplements and nutrition plans. So the supplements, I'm not going to get into too much detail. You might have heard of Shakeology or the Performance line. 3-day refresh, ultimate reset, daily sunshine. So there are many different types of supplements, vitamins, protein shakes, herbal supplements, and they're all a very clean, safe, natural ingredient list, which is, I think, what sets our supplements apart. And then our nutrition plans are based around clean eating for the most part. I know that's a very broad term, but very basic, right? The basic concept is we're trying to help people get processed foods out of their diets. They're not eating so much like fried food, fatty food, prepackaged food, but fruits and vegetables, lean meats, healthy fats, helping people learn which fats are healthy fats. And I know that sounds very basic and fundamental, but that's a thing that really a lot of people still need help with. So trying to take it back to the basics, recognizing that from what I read, in the UK, 62% of the population is overweight. So people who need help with forming a consistent exercise habit, who need help with just getting started with healthy nutrition and how to feed their bodies in a way that supports vibrant health. So that's what we do as a company. Now, what do coaches do? Coaches, as you see on this slide, I really believe that we are the secret sauce, right? Because people can buy this package and they get the video access. By the way, we still make DVDs for people who want that, but mostly it's web streaming now, but people can choose. So they get their videos, they get their supplements, they get their nutrition plan. But what happens if they stick it in a cupboard and never get started with it? Or what happens if they have a question and they don't know who to ask and they start to feel defeated and they just give up? So that is the role of a coach. So right now, we're available in the US and Canada, as I said, and coming to the UK October 19th. And that means our products will be available and also the coaching opportunity will be available. So this is intended, from what we're told, intended as a test case for countries beyond just the UK, expanding further. They haven't told us where, perhaps more of Europe, I don't know, but this is not the end of our company's growth. So it's really a good time to be joining as we're looking at global expansion. So in terms of what a coach does, I'll talk more about this later, but it's really pretty simple. We run virtual support groups. So if you were to get into my virtual support group this month, you'd see a couple dozen people, mostly women. It's actually, I think it's all women this month, but we're logging our workouts, and checking in daily and supporting each other. And it's really that simple. It's like a club of support for a healthy lifestyle. It's a place to ask questions. It's a place to learn and a place to come and be supported, especially if you feel that maybe your family is not as supportive of a healthy lifestyle and it's a bit of an uphill battle for you. This is a place where you'll be with other people who are focused on solving the problems in life that are preventing us from leading a healthy lifestyle. So that's what it is. And of course, you know, we can all have a support group that we just start on our own. But as a coach, we're compensated for being there. So we have to show up, you know, we treat it like a job, but it's really leading a support group for your peers. You know, nothing too big or fancy. There's more that you can bring to it, but at a fundamental level, that's really all it is. So virtual fitness challenges, one-on-one. Also, I answer a lot of questions in Messenger. I have one-on-one calls once a month with my clients. When I say no expertise is needed, what I mean by that is the programs speak for themselves. They stand on their own. So when someone gets access to one of our fitness programs or the workout video library, they have a full workout guide that's addressing, you know, how often do I work out? What do I need to prepare? What do I do for best results? And they have a full nutrition guide that's walking them through the program. It's set up to be something that they could do on their own. Of course, we don't want them to. That's what the support group is for. But the materials, all of the information is there. So the coach is the guide to the program. So when I say I'm developing a program, I'm layering my own coaching on top of that. So my customers have the nutrition program, the supplements, and the workouts. And then what I add is that kind of secret sauce, right? The special sauce that I bring. But for example, this month the theme is beating burnout. So I've been noticing that burnout is a huge issue for many of us in modern life, that, you know, we're working very hard, we're very busy, we feel burned out, and we don't feel like we can take a break. Maybe, you know, money troubles, things are stressing us out. And so in my daily posts in the virtual support group, that's really what I'm focusing on, is helping people find small ways in daily life that they can ease that burnout for themselves. And it's partly mindset, it's partly, you know, taking 5 minutes to take deep breaths, meditate, go for a walk, but encouraging behaviors like that, so that, you know, adding in your workout, cooking healthy meals, so that it doesn't just become one more thing on the to-do list that's stressing people out even more. So that's an example of, you know, the beating burnout theme is what I bring as a coach to the foundational fitness and nutrition program that, as I said, speaks for itself, stands on its own. So hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions. So the ever-present question, is this sales? I say yes and no, because Okay, yes, on a fundamental level, somebody has to buy something to work with us, right? They're getting a coaching package, including their fitness, nutrition, supplements, and the support of a coach. But when we talk about sales, it's like you buy something and that's the end of the relationship, right? We talk about closing the sale and that's the end. Coaching is really different because you're not closing a sale. What you're doing instead is opening a relationship. So at the end of the day, these are people we're going to be working with for months and years to come. And signing up a new customer, we celebrate not because we close the transaction, but because this is someone who has just signed on for 3 months or a year of healthy living with our support, which I think is just one of the most inspiring things in the world, one of the most inspiring types of work that anyone could do. I absolutely am in love with what we do as coaches. I love this work, and I love leading the amazing team that we've formed. So as you see in the slide, it's so much more than sales. We're creating compelling programs, promoting them on social media to a defined target audience. You're going to hear more about that. And we provide assistance with every step of the way. So if you're saying, I have no idea how to do that, create programs and promote them on social media, and what's a target audience, those are all things that you will learn once you enroll as a coach. So at this point, I'm going to stop sharing. Well, I'm going to change screens and show you some of my client success stories so you can see what these programs can do. All right, hopefully you are seeing right now my website, which is called Living Vibrantly, and you're seeing a success story of someone named Mary, who is one of my long-term clients / customers, and she's actually a coach on my team. So there's kind of 2 formats of coaching. You can be a working coach earning money at it, or you can be a discount coach, preferred customer, kind of a VIP customer, and you actually can go back and forth between the 2 depending. Like there's no clear line between the 2. So just know that that's an option for you to be a preferred customer and check this whole coaching thing out while you're at it. All right, so you can see in the picture, it's a pretty remarkable change that she's made. And this took, let's see, this was published in August, and she started in January 2016, so it's about 1.5 years. She lost 65 pounds, and it was through mostly nutrition, Shakeology, I say the 21-day fix eating plan, but it's really, you know, changing your diet, clean eating, like I was saying, making healthy choices when it comes to food. And then for exercise, she's done workouts called the 21-day fix. And, oh, by the way, I meant to go through what we have in terms of like programs that you might have heard of. So you probably heard of Shaun T and Tony Horton, Sagit Kalev, Autumn Calabrese, Shalene Johnson. Those are our trainers. So our videos include, well, they include 4 dozen different programs, like I said. But some of the more widely known ones are PIO, 21-Day Fix, Body Beast, Insanity, P90X. Those are probably the best known ones. So if you haven't heard of Beachbody, maybe you've heard of one of those programs. So what Mary used was a 21-day fix. She's a very busy person. She has 8-year-old twin boys, and also is a foster mom. She and her husband are foster parents. So there's a lot going on in their household. She's on the road a lot for work, and really this transformation came through her prioritizing self-care and healthy living. So, I mean, anyone can do that, right? But the support of a coach and a group makes it easier to stick to. That's really the main point here. Now, this is Amber. And so this post was in April, and she also started in January 2016. So a little over 1 year, almost 1.5 years. She lost 45 pounds. She went from, so these are like the same race. This is like day 0. This is after 1 year. This is after 2 years on the right. She went from a size 12, 14 to a size 4. I know sizes are different in the UK, but just trust me, that's a big difference. And I don't know what the equivalent would be, but I think the pictures speak for themselves. And, you know, something that I really see, yes, the physical transformation is a big deal, but it's also, people realize that it's much more about how you feel, having energy, and just not feeling sluggish all the time. And what Amber said, this quote right here, really struck me. Since starting these programs, I find myself being less worried about how thin I can be and focusing instead on how strong I can be. I've noticed that I can run faster. I can actually do a pull-up or 5 now. How incredible is that? She says, these programs have helped me build muscle, increase my cardio endurance, and feel more confident. With the help of the nutrition programs, I'm also more aware of the food I eat and the meals I make for my family. So those are the kind of changes that cannot be seen from the outside, but make such a difference to our quality of life and make me so proud of the work that we're doing. This is Lisa. So all 3 of these women are coaches on my team. Like I said, you can be a working coach, you can be a discount coach, you get a product discount, and you're essentially treated as a VIP with that monthly one-on-one call with me and many other benefits. And like I said, you can kind of become a VIP and then just decide if you want to work the business or not. But the reason I mention this is I really feel that being a coach, even if it's just for the discount, but having that monthly consistency really helps with, with staying consistent, with not falling off, but being involved and, you know, like recommitting on a monthly basis and just having those monthly support groups that keep you engaged. And, you know, you have that community, you have new information, you're always learning. So it doesn't get to be just this dry, stale thing you're always repeating. There are new workouts that are coming out, new programs we're offering. So it really helps create some interest around healthy living that keeps you engaged. So don't disregard the preferred customer VIP option. Now, this is Lisa. What an amazing transformation, right? Like, wow. So this is about 2 years difference, and Lisa's story is truly amazing because she had been in a bike accident. She had a hip injury and bulging discs in her low back, and she deals with chronic pain on and off, but lately mostly on. And she has been the most consistent person in daily exercise. This really proves that we have low impact programs that can work for anyone, regardless of what issues you may be dealing with. There is a way that you can get moving. And with the support of the group, you know, it's support for doing as much as you can. Exercise that is appropriate to your body and your ability level. And also having that group there to give you high fives on days when it's like, okay, you know, I had to modify almost every exercise, but I still got through the workout. And, you know, you might have that inner voice telling you, well, it's not even worth it. Why are you even bothering? But when you have the group there to tell you, oh my gosh, the fact that you did that and you didn't give up is so amazing. That's really the value of the support group. And, you know, anyone can work out on a day when they're feeling strong and they're feeling good, but to really keep moving on days when it's not as easy, and to just know how good exercise is for your body. And, you know, we really have a lot of people within our team and our client base, preferred customers, that are dealing with some pretty significant issues and, you know, physically, health-wise. And that's something that's really, really important to me, is helping people find ways of keeping moving and taking care of their bodies and not giving up. That's just really what it's all about for me. All right, let's see if we can get this PowerPoint back. Oh yeah, okay, so the next topic, coach perks. So this is, oh my gosh, okay, we went back to number 1. Coach perks, there we are. So I'm gonna show you some slides from a trip that I earned last year just through my coaching, but for someone to go through some of the other perks. But this is basically why would you become a coach? there's income that's involved. Yes, it's a business, but there are also there are all kinds of different jobs you can have, right? I think this one is very fulfilling, but it also has some other nice perks. So you have the community, and yes, you can develop your own independent coaching business and just launch it on your own. Don't need to deal with Beachbody, but with Beachbody, you have this incredible product line that's helping you along, right? Like, in addition to your coaching, we have these products that are the tools that are going to help people on their journey. And the other thing about it is that being an entrepreneur can be kind of isolating. So with Beachbody, you plug into this community of thousands of other coaches, or within our team, we have just over 50 people and a handful of us actively building a business with it. So we get very close and we work together very closely, and just having those people to report to, like, this is what I accomplished today in my business, or this is a problem I'm running into, I think is so valuable. The other thing is mentorship and training. So if you were to just set up your independent coaching business separate from Beachbody, there's all kinds of ways to help people with health and fitness, but how do you know how to do that? This was something I was really struggling with before I became a coach 3.5 years ago. As social media presents an incredible opportunity for us to reach more people, way more people than we could ever meet in person, just in our own community, especially if you live in a smaller place. So social media is a tremendous opportunity, but how to tap into that opportunity? So through Beachbody, we have weekly training calls company-wide, and there's so much training that's available company-wide. And then within our team, which I'll tell you more about, but we also have trainings within our team. So everything I know about building a business on social media, I have learned through this mentorship. And again, it's extremely valuable for the small monthly fee that we pay to be a coach. I mean, there are trainings out there that are thousands of dollars, and $16 a month is what I pay. So, the sky is the limit in terms of, it's up to you to take advantage of it. So you're not paying that $16 a month for nothing, but there's so much, many resources that we get access to. And we also have team building retreats. So here's a little picture from that. This was in Utah a couple of years ago. So this is with our team. We usually have them once a year. And then company-wide, we also have what's called a Success Club trip once a year. And that's what I'm going to show you in a moment. All right, let's go over to this. Now, hopefully you are seeing my vacation slides, but I'm not just boring you with slides of my vacation. I want to show you how awesome these trips really are. And this is the part that didn't work last time. So I'm like going on and on about this amazing resort and activities, and nobody could see any of it. So hopefully you can see it. Let me know. Please unmute yourself or put a message in the box if you're not seeing this. Without further ado, the slideshow. These are kind of out of order, but I think you'll get the picture. So this was 5 days at an all-inclusive resort in the Dominican Republic. You do have the opportunity to earn the trip in April 2018. It's to Riviera Maya, which is a resort area of Mexico. It's actually the same chain of resorts, so you can expect probably something similar. Now, you only have 3 months out of the year to earn it, so I understand that not a lot of the new UK coaches are probably going to be coming in 2018, but I will tell you about how to earn it. And just know that there will be something similar for 2019 that's going to be announced in January. We have January through December, so we have each calendar year to earn the following year's trip. So this one was spring 2017, and it was earned during the 12 months of 2016. And okay, so you're staring at this beautiful fruit, and it's just, the food is amazing. They treat us really well at this resort. This is going pretty slow. Okay. Now, beer and a burger. So just to show you that it's not all like boring, spinach all the time and whatever. As health coaches, we have some fun too, and we let loose once in a while. So I definitely indulged at this all-inclusive resort where, as the name indicates, all the food was included. Now, this is part of what's really special about these trips. This was a group workout. They bring the trainers down from the videos. So people like Autumn Calabrese, Sagi Kalev, Shalene Johnson, Chris Downing, Joel and Jericho from Coeur de Force. They bring the trainers down to do live workouts for us. So we get to have a brand new workout of these same programs that we've grown to know and love. And just the energy in the room is incredible. And it's, that's me on the right, by the way. This is a wonderful way to start your day. That's before the workout. Wonderful way to start a day of activities or relaxing in the Caribbean. So here's the lunch buffet with fruit carpaccio. There just was a lot of like fancy food and drink to enjoy. And so the beginning of the trip, so that's in our room, my yoga space, and we had a jacuzzi tub right in the center of the room. Pretty romantic. By the way, you do get to bring a guest, so you're in the trip for yourself and one guest. You can bring your spouse, partner, significant other. You can bring a friend, parent, child. You can bring whoever you want. You can bring a fellow team member, maybe who's new and didn't earn the trip for themselves. So there's another one of the group workouts. Shakeology bar. I'm not talking too much right now about what Shakeology is, but this is one of our signature supplements that pretty much we all drink every day because it's amazing stuff. Really, really good for your body, and plant-based ingredients from all around the world. And they make some special smoothie recipes for us. And, it's just nice to be pampered. Pampered also with pizza and wine, and that's my husband. So again, things I don't eat that often, but you really do get to just let loose and enjoy yourself. This was us after a couples massage, also included. They give you a room credit that you can spend however you want. There's Shakeology bar again. A little bit of work, so I still have my groups that I'm checking in on daily because healthy living doesn't stop just because you're on vacation, right? So checking in and supporting my customers. But, the other thing about this is this job can be done from anywhere with an internet connection. So you don't have to, once you build this business to a full-time income, then you don't have to ask anyone for a sick day or a vacation day. Your time is yours to do with it as you please. We went on a food tour of how chocolate and coffee are made. There's us on the little Jeep and some coffee. Went to a beach where the locals go, getting out of the resort, buying some hot chocolate and coffee. The beach again, the tub in our room. You can see the bed too there, and my husband. And this was one of the farewell parties. So it was at the Hard Rock Resort. It's a music theme, so pictures of musicians and guitars and stuff all around. But this ended up being inside because it was raining. It was supposed to be on the beach, but they had just really nice food and a special party. It was a goodbye party, just a special way to see us off before we left the next morning. This was our food tour, how chocolate is made. This was liqueur made from cacao beans. My husband at the rum tasting, of course, and just boats at the beach. This was the local market that we went to. Meeting friends is one of, that's unpacking when I get home. Okay. But I do want to say something that, like I said, coaching can be a little bit, it's an online business that you run from anywhere, which is awesome. But then the flip side is we meet all these people. It's online only. So then once a year at these retreats, or, a few times a year, the company-wide retreat, team retreat, and then coach summit, which next year is in June in Indianapolis. But a few times a year, we get to meet these new friends. Sorry, not new friends. I got an alert that popped up that made me lose my train of thought. Old friends. But we get to meet friends that we've only met online. And, we work together as business partners. We get to know each other very well. And it's just an awesome experience to be able to meet in person, finally, after so much time together. All right. So I'm going to go over here now. Back to the coach perks. Here we go. All right, I talked about this a little bit more, but work from anywhere, be your own boss, choose your own hours, and you don't need any background in health or fitness. Those things are learned. And the same with building a business on social media. You get all the training for that, skills of coaching, but you do need to be a supportive person and a good listener who cares about other people. That's really kind of the fundamental skill that's going to allow you to motivate your clients. Rock hard abs are not needed. You just share your journey as you go, and the goal is to be relatable, not perfect. So honestly, I swear to you guys, some of the most successful coaches are plus size coaches who are just sharing their weight loss journey or their journey to be a healthier person. Fitness models have like their place in the world, right? And people with a perfect body, by the way, there's no such thing as perfection, but those types of people who we think of as, you know, fitness model, like that's very motivating to some people, but other people are out there who will be much more motivated by someone who's just real and relatable and is going through the same types of struggles that they see someone going through the same experiences that they're having. So honestly, do not count yourself out. Like no matter what your body looks like, no matter what physical limitations, issues you may be dealing with, there's only one you, and you have a unique message and unique gifts that you can bring to this. Now, this business can be as much or as little as you make of it. The income potential is amazing, but tapping into it takes work. You know, I'll never tell anyone that it's easy. It takes a lot of hard work, but it can be yours if you are prepared to work hard. And I have to give this disclaimer. Anytime I talk about income, Team Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success from the coaching opportunity. Each coach's income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. We have to say that because of, I think in the network marketing industry, there's a lot of negative, misguided like messaging out there where people are saying get rich quick and you know join and you don't have to join at the right time, you don't have to do anything to earn money. That's not what this is. You've got to work hard. I don't think that surprises anyone, but I just want to explain why I have to say that. So how do we actually earn money? Retail commissions, but again, it's not closing the sale, it's opening a relationship. So yes, the commission it is paid on this package that the person has bought, but the commission represents your time that you're putting in to being their coach. So we get commissions on, it says challenge packs here. Let me explain what that is, because it is a foundation of the business that, okay, so many of my programs are built around this thing called a challenge pack where they're getting the full experience of workout, nutrition plan, supplements, and coaching. This is the combination of tools that sets them up for the best chance of success. And yes, people do buy a supplement on its own here and there, workout video access on its own here and there, but this challenge pack is what goes along with most of my monthly programs. And that's also how you earn that retreat that I just showed you, or the incentive trip rather. So by enrolling 5 people each month with a challenge pack, that's how you earn that trip to Mexico. So if you're joining in October 2017, that could be your first month of Success Club. I'm going to talk about this. I think I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. So I'll explain what Success Club is in a minute, but just say, okay, so normally with that trip, I want to finish talking about the trip. Normally with that trip, you got to enroll 5 people a month for 12 months, right? So say you do that for 3 months, you're earning part of the trip and you can pay the difference. This is where I'm trying to go with this. Or you can decide, I'm going to, work on it throughout 2018 and earn it for 2019. And there are some other incentives for getting started quickly at the end of the year that I'll go through later in the presentation. But just with reference to the incentive trip, just know that even though it's mostly too late to earn the whole thing, there's one way you can do it, which is by being among the top Success Club point earners in the companies, the top sellers of challenge packs. I think it's the top 2 each month get a free room. Like, no questions asked. You don't have to do anything any other month. But if you're in the top of the company for 1 month, you get a free room. So, you wouldn't have to do anything else the rest of the year. Of course, we hope that you'll be building a solid business throughout the rest of the year. But there is a way to earn an expense paid, completely free room. But if you wanted to earn part of it and then come along, for the community and the social aspect, there's a wait list, but essentially if people are active in the business, they're going to get invited off the wait list. Pretty much everyone who wants to get into the trip ends up getting in. All right, so we earn money through retail sales, commissions, and then there's something called Team Cycle bonus. There's a matching bonus, there's a profit sharing bonus. All of these bonuses are understood as income from your time that you put into mentorship, from building a team. So the top bullet point is commissions representing time you spend coaching your customers and developing content for them. The bottom bullet point, the bonuses represent time put into mentoring your team and developing yourself as a leader to be a better leader. So, first bullet point is customers. Second bullet point is your coaches as you build a team. Now, of course, you don't have to build a team, but I think as you get further into this business, you're going to want to, for reasons that I'll explain going forward here. But let's stop for a second and look at the requirements. And this is the one part where they haven't announced the pricing. It's kind of the most important part. But so far they have not announced the prices in pounds. So all I have for you is US dollars right now. Obviously they'll have to tell us at some point, but there is a fee of $40 US dollars to join as a coach. Now, if you sign up with the starter kit, which is what I recommend, that fee is waived. So it's free to join. And now the starter kit, they start at $140, or actually $130. The one that I recommend for most people is £160. And by the way, these prices include all taxes. So if you're looking at the difference with the US pricing, our prices that are out there in US dollars do not include taxes because it's different from state to state. The prices in Great British pounds include taxes. So £160 is the price that you'll pay. Now, what that package includes, it's basically the same as a challenge pack. You get a 1-year membership to Beachbody On Demand, those 600 plus workout sessions, and access to all new programs as they come out. You get a month of either Shakeology or the Performance Line supplements. You get a nutrition plan. So you get the book, the containers, and if you're working with me, you get access to my nutrition coaching. So you get to see how I do it, go through it as a participant. And all of that is included, as well as access to our new coach training, my mentorship, community of our team. There's a Facebook page for our team. You get access to all of that when you join with this starter kit. And the 160-pound one is the one that includes a Beachbody On Demand for a full year. So that's the one I recommend because you're really going to want to have access to that if you're going to be coaching people. It will be hard for you to be a guide for people if you don't have access to all of the programs and the files that go along with the programs your clients are doing. So that's your first month. And then going forward, as long as you continue, again, this price is in US dollars because they haven't announced it yet in pounds, but it's $16 or $15.95 a month. That's called your business service fee. And that's what covers all of the training and mentorship that I've mentioned. Websites. So all the websites where people sign up, where they enroll in your programs, Beachbody handles all of that for you. So you don't ever have to handle someone's credit card number. You don't have to worry about, you don't carry any inventory. You don't worry about shipping. You don't handle returns. Beachbody handles all of that for you. So what other business can you start for 160 pounds with very little risk and have all these things handled for you for $16 a month? Right. So I think you're really getting access to quite a lot of support and resources. Oh, the other thing I was going to say is that we have a brand new website that's launching. The UK launch is actually like the pilot launch of the website. So you guys are going to be the first ones who get to try it out. I've seen it. We got a little screenshot preview this past week, and it's very slick. It's very smooth. It works really well. Our old website, the current website, has quite a few hiccups and is not very easy to navigate. So it's really amazing. It's going to be like the wind at your back in terms of, making it easier for you. Like, you never want to lose a customer who's like, yes, I want to work with you. And they get to the website and they're like, never mind, like, this is too much trouble. So a complete overhaul, and you guys are the first ones who get access to it. All right. So now that we've gone through the basics about the company and coaching, because I know that's the kind of the facts that you all want up front, but I do want to take some time to tell you about me and who you are hearing from. So I'm stopping sharing my screen for now. All right. So I have been a coach for 3.5 years. Sorry, just give me a moment to catch my breath. Introvert problems here. Need a little breather. I've been a coach for 3.5 years, and I live in Wisconsin, which is in the United States, not far from Chicago, the Midwest, if you're familiar with that area. And I work in marketing, and I have a background in journalism, so I do writing and editing for a living. I've always had an interest in fitness, movement, nutrition, and it's really born out of issues that I overcame in my past. So when I was younger, as a little kid, I was fat and I got made fun of and ridiculed, and kids can be so cruel, and those comments really become internalized. I had low self-esteem, and I ended up developing an eating disorder because I felt that I was worthless if I was fat. And it started a cycle with food that really just defined my life experience during my 20s. Was this constant struggle with food, of depriving myself, then until I was just, my body was starving for nutrients. And then I would binge, and then the shame sets in, and it was a cycle. And I just was waking up each day just miserable, just knowing that I was going to behave in a way I wasn't proud of, and then I was going to feel ashamed because of how I had handled myself with food. And I mean, this was like all consuming, it's just a shame how much energy was wasted on that. But I know at the same time that there are many, many people out there who that's the current story of their lives. So that's who I want to help. I want to help women heal their relationship with food in their bodies. And, men too. I know this can affect men too, but in our culture, it's mostly women. I want to help women heal their relationship with food in their bodies. And for me, that really came through, well, number one, just getting into recovery, like reaching that breaking point where I felt I can't live like this anymore. And I said to myself, I'm not going to starve myself anymore. I don't care. I'm going to feed my body what it needs. And I stopped depriving myself. I stopped restricting and started just eating when I was hungry, getting in touch with that inner voice, that intuition, the gut feeling. Well, guess what? It had effects beyond just food. It was ignoring my gut in many other areas of life, not just with food. So one of the programs that I offer right now as a coach is all about intuitive eating and learning to pay attention to those urges. Eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full, that so many of us have gotten out of touch with over the course of our lives. So, all right. So that was one experience that really colored the coach that I am now, and contributed to the topics that I like to teach about and I feel I can guide people on. The other thing that really impacted my recovery, which, I went to a 12-step program, therapy. Like, I'm not saying that the types of programs I offer are be all and end all, but they're one tool that can really help with this. The other thing that really helped me was when I discovered yoga. Up until that time, exercise had been punishment for me. I used to run to try to burn off the calories that I had consumed in eating too much, right? And, the impression I have of running is like pounding my body. Like I didn't feel good and strong by doing it. It was a way of punishing my body. And like, if I got hurt, if I felt pain, that was like, oh, I deserve that. So it's a pretty messed up way to be, but I think that's how a lot of people approach exercise. So as a coach, I try to help people break free from that and rediscover the joy of movement. And maybe it's yoga, where you're learning that being gentle with your body is okay. It doesn't mean you're going to blow up and, gain 50 pounds overnight. Being kind to yourself is a good thing. There are also some of the workouts we have are dance-based programs, and it's just moving for the fun of it. So that's another big theme in the programs that I offer. So I ended up joining as a coach, as I said, 3.5 years ago. And it actually was after I moved here to Madison. I had been living on the East Coast in Boston and met my husband at a wedding in California. And we really hit it off, and, things continued to go well. So we had this decision of where are we going to live? And I chose to join him here in Madison. So I uprooted my life and moved across the country, and halfway across the country. And when I got here, I knew very few people, and it was the summer. He was working a lot. And so I decided to join this dance studio. So I got Groupon. I don't know if you know what that is in the UK, but it's like a discount site where you get deals of the day. So I got a Groupon for membership on this dance studio and started going to classes. And one of the classes I went to was called Turbo Kick. Now, you might know this is a program by Chalene Johnson. The video version is called Turbo Fire. The live version is called Turbo Kick. So I became friends with the Turbo Kick teacher, Bridget, and I just loved her classes. Again, it was movement for the fun of it, like rediscovering the joy in just like silly, yes, it's kickboxing. Yes, it makes you stronger. It gets your heart pumping, but you're doing, a lot of whatever, just silly dance moves, silly, cheesy dance moves. And it's pop music. Like, it's just a lot of fun. So I loved this class, became friends with Bridget, and I came to learn, and just saw her posting on Facebook about, okay, there's this video version, so I can do my Turbo Kick workouts at home in between classes. And then she was posting about this thing called Shakeology that she said was giving her so much energy and was serving as a snack for a healthy, a busy life on the go, healthy snack. And so I said, okay, this sounds like a package of things I could really benefit from. And I signed up for her monthly support group, which is now the type of support groups that I run myself. And I loved it. Like, just that experience of logging in daily and, sharing our struggles, celebrating our successes together was so powerful. And it helped me feel really positive about exercise, that it's not this like lonely thing I'm doing by myself. And, you know, even like I would go to classes, even at a gym, and you still like, you show up, you do the class, you leave, like maybe nobody really interacts. So just the level of personal connection and support in these groups was, I thought, really amazing, especially for an online program, right? We normally think of the online world as less personal than the real world. So I was hooked, and I became a coach within my first month because I wanted the discount on Shakeology, but I also was pretty curious about this business opportunity and what it could be. I had thought, I was teaching yoga at the time. I had considered going to school for nutrition coaching, and, you know, I've been a writer. I had thought about starting a blog, so I really had some ways that were bouncing around in my mind of things, of ways that this business could fit into my life. Started building the business, was having some success with it and loving it. That was the end of 2013. Then the summer of 2014, I had surgery and had really serious complications from that. And it was really just a defining experience in my life. I almost died. I was really sick for 3 months, and coming back from that, I think, is what really has helped me to relate to people who are dealing with serious health issues. So that's become just someone that I enjoy working with in my business, because I know what it's like. And I came back from having to learn to walk all over again. And I mean, let alone like doing push-ups. I couldn't do a single push-up from my knees. And now this morning I just did 25 from my toes. So I really, in my coaching, I see my mission as helping people discover their inner strength and helping people learn to be kind to themselves. And then lately, kind of the last piece of it, so there was the eating disorder recovery, recovering from serious illness, and then my husband and I have been dealing with infertility. And boy, you know, everyone who's dealt with this, their story is completely different. Different causes, different paths along the way. We've been on this path. We've been married. It'll be 5 years in December. And we've been on this path since that began. So that was, you know, the surgery was supposed to address the cause for me. It ended up causing some additional health problems, but you know, it's definitely been a winding road, and it's helped me see exercise, nutrition, self-care as tools for getting through this tremendously difficult experience. Like, I don't even know where I would be without my team and my coaching family. And I mean, my clients feel like family too. Like, this business is so personal. And if the corporate world can be impersonal, you know, like I remember in the past, I left jobs and like people that I thought were friends, it's like all of a sudden, now that we don't work together anymore, they don't return my emails. And it's like, come on. I mean, as a sensitive person, that hurts a lot. And this business is really so much more emotional and personal. And like, you know, when you're members of a team together, you're friends for life. So that's really what I love about it. And, you know, getting to have a business that my heart is really in, and a business that I'm happy to do every day, no matter how tired I am, no matter how busy I am. But anyway, so yes, another theme in my business is, you know, this is where the beating burnout comes in, that like, oh my gosh, like nothing burns you out more than trying to deal with like fertility treatment on top of like, you know, going to work and being on time to work and taking care of family responsibilities and trying to still be a good friend and trying to still be a good wife when you're dealing with like giving yourself shots a couple times a day and following a special diet and going to appointments and everything that's involved with fertility treatment. So I definitely know what that experience is like. And because of that, I think I really seek out working with people who are going through that now or have gone through that. Also pregnancy loss and support around that, because there have been a lot of disappointments along our path. Even though I actually have not ever been pregnant yet that I know of, but there's been, you know, a lot of moments where we felt a sense of loss. And so I can really relate to that, and, you know, picking yourself up and moving forward from that. So that's my story. Hopefully that gives you a sense of who I am and what my coaching is about. But I want to say that whatever life experiences you have had, that's what you'll bring to bear. Those are your gifts as a coach, and that's what you'll share with your clients. So that's, you know, we all as coaches, thousands of us, have the same products, but there's only one you, and there are clients out there who need you. So that's why there's still opportunity as a coach, even though there are thousands of coaches already part of the business. All right, let's get back to this PowerPoint. Getting low blood sugar. Sorry, like introvert problems again. I brought some fruit because I've done these presentations before. I get so just like brain dead by the end. Presenting takes a lot out of you as an introvert. Got a lot of introverts on our team. So hopefully if you're watching this and you're like, I know exactly what you mean, hopefully you'll get it, why I just decided to take a bite of an apple during this presentation. Okay. Hopefully you are seeing my PowerPoint, and it's probably gonna start over. I'll get back to the info on our team. All right, Team Lives on Fire. I'm gonna read you the mission statement so you understand what that means. But I just wanna say some intro facts about our team. I'm a Star Diamond coach. I'll explain what that means. Just over 50 coaches on our team, total downline just over 250. My income is $1,000 a month, and I do this very part-time. 1,000 give or take, okay? It's not set, it's just, there's some up and down from month to month. And we are in the top 1% of the entire company. I wanna say that's not based on income alone. So there's like two caveats when it comes to that. So the rankings are, they take into account not just my income, but the success of my team and some other factors. But so it's not like, I don't want you to think, oh my gosh, top 1% and you're only making $1,000. Like, I'll always be completely straightforward with you. If I'm, you know, struggling in the business, you're going to know it. I'm never going to paint a picture that's overly rosy, that, you know, like trying to create illusions of doing better than I am. And, but so I also want you to know that, it's the rankings are not based just on that. There's other ways that the company measures success. It's not just income. And then also, when we say top 1%, the vast majority of coach accounts are the discount coaches, like I was telling you earlier, the preferred customers. So people who are a coach in name only, and yes, they have the opportunity to build the business, but they're not actively making an income with it right now, at least. They're enjoying the discount on the products. So to say that, so actually only about 10% actively work the business, according to company stats. So I guess I'm in the top 10% of that 10%. So if that makes it a little more relatable. As far as the mentorship and the support you can expect on our team, in our upline, we have Meg Wazinski, who is a 6-figure earner, 15-star diamond, which is the highest rank in the company, and has been a top 10 coach in the entire company, top 10 people. And so her team is Team Fit Addicted. We all have our team names, and you get to choose your own. Team Lives on Fire is also within Team Hardcore, which is led by Janelle Summers. She's reached that 15-star diamond in 3 different business centers. So as your first business center grows, you're given the opportunity to open additional business centers. She's also been in the top 10. And fun fact, she is Shalene Johnson's sister. So we have Shalene on our team calls sometimes. One more energy boost here. All right. And by the way, guys, just notice that I'm doing this call from my basement, home office, like finished working out a little while ago. Like our team is just super laid back, and you know, I want this to be like a business that people can work in their sweats and just be chill. Like I want you to know that it's not that I'm unprepared, like that's on purpose. This is a business you can work from anywhere, and you don't have to blow dry your hair and put on tons of makeup to like present on a team call. Like just be you. So that's the vibe that I try to cultivate on our team. I've been in the business 3.5 years. And I do want to say that, you know, I said I was really sick for 3 months, to the point that, you know, at the beginning, like I was on pain meds, and really loopy, and I really couldn't run my business, and I never had a zero paycheck. And that's the amazing thing about residual income. So yes, it takes hard work to grow your income, but I want you to know also that, you know, there's like traditional employment, you might have sick time, disability insurance, things like that, long-term, well, short-term, long-term disability, those things. So this business does also take care of you. It's not just like, oh, you have to stop work for a week, like you're out of money. There is like a lag time. Obviously, if you quit working it entirely, your income is going to shrink and shrink and shrink, but it doesn't just completely drop off. Okay, our mission statement. This team is built on the feeling that our hearts and souls, our very lives are on fire with the desire to live to our full potential and inspire others to do the same. We recognize the crucial role that health and wellness play in feeling our best and fulfilling our potential. So wellness in all of its forms is the foundation of what we do. Recognizing every success is a cornerstone of our culture, since this builds the confidence necessary to break out of the prison of self-criticism and negative body image. We approach ourselves and one another with sensitivity, compassion, and kindness so we can lift one another up in this sometimes cruel world. What makes our team different? We are positive and supportive, not competitive. There's a place on the team for those who want to run with the business, but also those who are mainly here for their own journey. If you don't hit Success Club, I'm not going to start ignoring your messages. And if my business grows more slowly because of this, at least I know that I'm growing it with integrity. Every one of my clients is important to me. So how to choose a team? Because there are thousands of us coaches. I know you guys have been heavily recruited in the UK. There are a lot of us competing for your attention. And I just want to offer some guidance about how you can choose. Keep in mind that whoever you choose to work with, you're going to have access to the whole network, and many of the trainings are on YouTube. Like, you have access to all of us. So I think it's really important to think about, do you want to be part of the energy of a huge team with thousands of coaches, or do you want the more personalized attention that comes with a smaller group? At the end of the day, I really think it comes down to who you want to spend time with. Who do you want to go on retreats with once a year? And who do you want to hang out with at Summit? Who do you want to connect with on weekly team calls? Right now, we have a daily power hour on our team where we get online together and basically just do our work together. And I found that it's really helpful for accountability, because otherwise I could sit there for an hour going through the news feed, right? But instead, we're there for an hour. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing now? Here's the message I'm sending. Here's the post I just put up. Here's my strategy for this week. You know, here's how I'm talking about this program that we're running together. It's a chance to share ideas and to help ourselves stay on track, because that's like the double-edged sword of a business. You can work anytime from anywhere, right? Like, it can be really hard to be disciplined. So who do you want to be with on those like daily power hours? You're gonna be spending a lot of time with your team, even if your business is primarily independent and yours to set the course for as you see fit and as you choose. And I do think it's important to keep in mind who's going to still be here a year from now, 2 years, 3 years. Because consistency and persistence are so important in this business, and people have to be patient and trust the process, that if you are doing the actions of the business, it is going to work out for you. But there's a lot of people, I'm not going to sugarcoat, there's a lot of people who are like, I'll give this a try, and if it doesn't work after a month or two, like I'll give it a month or two and I'm gone. So there's been, I mean, I don't want to just disparage the people who approach it that way, but you really need longer than that to see it through. And so, you know, there's a lot of people who join like as a favor to their cousin or whatever, and then the cousin quits, and you're stuck at that point in the genealogy where you are, unless you see on the second bullet point, you got to quit, and there's a 6-month waiting period before you can transfer to another sponsor. So that's just the other piece of it that I would keep in mind, you know, not to discourage you at all from joining with your cousin and your best friend and whoever, because that can be super fun if you join together and you like run together and you succeed together, to have that person be your business partner. But just keep in mind that if that person ends up quitting, then whoever their upline is, that's going to be your sponsor. That's what automatically happens. Okay. So I said at the beginning, you have 11 days left. So if you're really motivated to get through some of this advanced work, there's a lot you can do, but you've got to invest some time and some energy in this. You can be researching. You can get to know some coaches, see who you feel you're vibing with and on a good level with. If you're getting a pushy or controlling vibe, hey, when people show you who they are, believe them. It's not going to improve once you're part of the team. Success Club, this thing I've been talking about all along. So Success Club is having 3 new clients enroll with a challenge pack each month. So the thing that's important about this is it's not like astronomical numbers. You don't have to get 300 new people a month to get all of the incentives that are based on this. So there's monthly prizes. If you love free stuff, this company gives you gifts all the time. Gifts are your love language. You're in the right place. The Success Club trips. So that's with, if you're making Success Club each month, your points are multiplied. And then, so that's 3 per month. If you're getting 5 people enrolled with the challenge pack per month, that trip is going to be entirely paid for. So each, it's 120 points. Each challenge pack is 2 points. So 10 points a month, 12 months. So if there's months when you only have 6 and then months when you have more, it all evens out. So that's what I'm saying, that, you know, if you earn Success Club, say you get 6 points in October, November, December, that's a total of 18. So you would earn $180. You know, it's not, you still have to pay the remainder of the $1,200, but, you know, it's a significant discount still. And the more points you earn, the more it would be discounted if you get invited on the trip off the wait list. In addition, if you're hitting Success Club consistently, you get to register early for Summit. You register early for the Success Club trips. So I was never on the wait list. I registered the first day it was open for the trip to Riviera Maya. So it's just nice to not have to be in that, like, where you know, when they open the general registration, you got to like refresh your browser, refresh, and like hope that you get in before it fills up. Otherwise, you're on the wait list. Like I said, everyone gets off the wait list, but you got to make your plans at the last minute. So October can be your first month for Success Club. You join on the 19th, but right now you can be talking to people about this business opportunity and exploring who might want to be part of your team. Once you officially sign up, you sign up that first day, the 19th, and get 2-3 people involved with you, and there you are. So in terms of setting your sights on what your goals will be once you join, your first milestone is going to be Emerald rank. It's when you have 2 coaches underneath you, and they can be, this is why I say that, you know, most people who are serious about this business end up building a team and not just relying on retail commission. Here's why. When people try the products, they're going to love them and they're going to want that discount. So it's not that hard if you're getting customers consistently to also be getting at least discount coaches, so you can get 2 people underneath you who want the discount. Then you're Emerald, okay? So then you start to get that team cycle bonus. And even though the team cycle bonus represents mentorship, you know, your payment for the time you're putting into being a mentor, in the case of discount coaches, the VIP preferred customers I was talking about, coaches in name only, just for the discount. In the case of those people, I consider the team cycle bonus to be, it's another payment for continuing to be their coach month after month after month. The other thing that's really important about Emerald Rank, if you're Emerald and you're hitting Success Club, 3 customers a month with the challenge pack, the company sends you leads, and you're going to be getting more leads than the actual number of customers you're bringing in. If if it's 3 per month, you're definitely getting more leads than that. These are people who say they just went to the website and enrolled in Beachbody on demand randomly without being connected with a coach. Maybe they saw an ad on TV and they purchased something. Maybe they, went to Shakeology.com and just ordered. The company wants everyone to be matched up with a coach. That's how this business actually started. The company observed these online message boards that people were getting better results with the programs because they were able to be more consistent when they had that online support. That's the whole reason the coaching model started. So every customer that makes a purchase from Beachbody is assigned to a coach. The company assigns them to people who are serious about the business, which means Emerald and above and hitting Success Club. So if you can hit those 2 goals, you're going to be getting more and more customers referred to you, and they can be part of your groups. Your groups become bigger. You have that critical mass for it to be more engaging for your customers that you are bringing in. So it's not just those 3 people when you start out. It builds from month to month with your own customers that you're bringing in and with your referrals from Beachbody. And then a lot of those people end up becoming coaches as well when they discover how much they love the products and programs. So then the next milestone will be Diamond Rank. And this means you have 8 personally sponsored coaches. 2 of them are Emerald. And there's another bonus. There's a matching bonus that comes along with this. With Diamond, you get access to leadership groups within our team, as well as special trainings and retreats. So I'm doing a retreat for my diamonds in March in the Caribbean island of St. Thomas, I think. We have to see how it goes with the hurricane recovery, but that's the plan right now. Otherwise, we'll try for somewhere else in the Caribbean. But, it's an incentive that, I'm investing in them to celebrate the achievement that they have reached in the business. So one thing to know in the UK about Diamond Rank, there's something called the Pace Setter program. You'll receive some special recognition if you achieve Diamond Rank by January 31st, 2018. So like I said, if you enroll on October 19th and you can already be talking to people who may also be a good fit for this business, and there's no reason that you can't become Diamond by the end of January. It's a lot of time. If you're hitting Success Club, October, November, December, January, it's just natural. You're bringing in 3 people a month. They also fall in love with what we're doing. They want to be part of it, maybe build a business with it, and you'll have your 8 before you know it. So then, just so you're aware of the upper ranks in the company, there's something called Star Diamond, and that's the rank that I'm at, 1 star. So it means you have at least 1 personally sponsored diamond. And once you hit 2 star, meaning you have 2 diamonds, the company starts profit sharing bonuses. Right now they have a pilot where there's a profit sharing bonus at Diamond Rank too. So just something to know. Actually, if you hit Diamond and you hold it for 6 weeks, so if you hit Success Club, October, November, December, and within that period, you also hold your Diamond Rank for 6 weeks, you're going to be getting a $250 bonus from the company as part of this pilot program. So it's another incentive to hit Diamond by mid-November, which is fast. If you're a new coach in, late October, you have about a month, but if you can get there, you're going to be earning more because of it. And then you can expect a full-time income at about 2 star, 5 star diamond, depending on what your organization looks like, just to give you a benchmark. So I just think that's important, that you don't have to have an enormous team. You just have to have a handful of people who have built to Diamond to be making a really significant income with this business. All right, so what can you be doing in the next 11 days? Start watching some trainings. Now, we have a group, and if you're on my email list, you have the link already. It's called On Fire for the... I'm like totally losing my mind. It's been over an hour. On Fire for the UK Beachbody launch. Yeah, that's what it's called. I know that a lot of people on my email list are already in there, but I have been posting tips for getting started, putting yourself out there as a coach and as a fitness and health influencer on social media. So that's one place to start. Basically, I'm helping you get your feet wet, walk through it step by step. There's so many trainings out there. And basically the way I'm treating it is, when people complete one lesson, I give you the next lesson, because I'm not just going to be posting every day if nobody's engaging. This is a two-way street. But just know that as soon as you start to engage, that's when I engage as your mentor to really help you go as far and as fast as you want. So the more you can soak up in the next 11 days, and then also following the launch, the more successful you'll be. I watched at least a training every day once I joined, and you just got to carve out time for it if you want to be successful. And then the other thing is to get to the event in London on October 21st, and that's in my email too, the information for how to buy a ticket to that event, business training, and you'll really get a feel for what this company is about. I think that's the most important part. Again, being an entrepreneur can be isolating. One of the best parts of Beachbody is being part of this community, so I want you to experience that. I also would encourage you to subscribe to the Living Vibrantly channel on YouTube. On that channel, you can find the trainings I share with my team. And when you subscribe, then you'll get notifications when new ones are posted. I mentioned my On Fire for the UK Beachbody launch already. And we have our team calls on Sundays. And I moved them to 2 o'clock my time, which is 8 p.m. in the UK, so that people both in the US and the UK can take part. So you're welcome on those. Starting now, just to get a flavor for our team and to get some guidance and support on what you can be doing already. Okay, and then I don't really feel like this is necessarily relevant anymore, but as we're getting so close, if you already decided that you're going to be part of someone else's team, just please don't join my group, because I'm going to be investing time in you to help you get started, and you really should be building that connection with the person you've chosen as your coach. But if you're still deciding, or if you're interested in our team, by all means, come be part of it. Okay, the vital behaviors of coaching. So this is something you can start anytime. You don't need access to the Coach Online office. You can join Beachbody on demand. Although, actually, if you're not a member yet, there is a 2-week free trial. So you can get your 2-week free trial. You can then cancel. Simple phone call. There is a UK local number. And then on the 19th, you can enroll as a coach or as a customer with that challenge pack that I mentioned. So you can still do your 2-week free trial. The link is going to be in my email. If you got this link in your email, you already have it. But you can check out Beachbody on Demand. You can start doing the workouts and start posting about them on social media. And in that On Fire for the UK Beachbody launch, or in my Living Vibrantly Facebook page, you can see examples of how I post about my workouts, and it's, accountability, but it's also, I usually try to provide some information to either educate or inspire people along with each post. Personal development is a cornerstone of this business. So every day I do some reading and I watch a video to help develop myself personally and professionally. And, it's things like, our thoughts create our reality, learning to think more positively instead of focusing on the negative. Learning to become a stronger person and not worry so much about what people think of me. Things like that. Things that are going to help you in life, okay? That's a huge part of the Beachbody culture. It's one of my favorite things about the Beachbody culture. You don't need to wait until October 19th to get started on that. So again, you find examples in the group. I have a personal growth book club where we have a book of the month that we all read together and discuss. So I can get you plugged into any of those so you can get started with this and see a little bit more what we mean by personal development. And then the vital behaviors of a coach are being a product of the product, so actually using the programs that you're promoting and sharing about it on social media, and then personal development. And then the others are inviting and recognition, and I want to talk about what those can look like how you can be doing them, even if you have not officially joined yet. Okay, so kind of a precursor to inviting, you got to make a list. And this is because our brain plays tricks on us. So inviting is a little scary, right? Even if it's just a free program, we're all afraid of rejection. When we go out there to ask someone, hey, do you want to be part of this? Like, I can sit there and send 10 messages and it feels like I've sent 100, because it's kind of, you know, we're all scared of rejection. So making a list and tracking are essential for me to keep track of how many people I've talked to about my programs in a given month. And I have to keep in mind always, always, always that, you know, they can always say no. It doesn't mean they hate me, but if I don't give them the opportunity to say yes, they're never going to be able to change their lives by participating in the programs I have to offer. So that's something I come back to every single day. I don't think it ever really gets completely easier, no matter how successful you are as a coach. So I just want to be open about that, you know, if you're thinking, oh, I could never do that, you're right to think that it's difficult, but it also is worth figuring out how to get through, because that's what allows us to make an impact. So making a list, working from a list, and keeping track of who you talk to are really essential to get past those tricks our brain plays on us. Oh, and I did want to say, obviously, UK customers cannot purchase yet, and you know, nobody can purchase through you yet to earn a commission. They will be able to after the 19th, but you can invite people. I think that should say to a free challenge. Okay. Because steps to get started, run a free challenge. So you have 11 days left. You can totally still do this. You could come up with the idea tonight and, you know, announce it on Facebook starting tomorrow, starting in a couple days. So example of a free challenge I'm doing right now is starting Monday. And we're doing a free challenge having to do with writing. There's going to be a writing prompt, tips for getting through writer's block. And this is basically writing for emotional health, right? Getting our feelings out, engaging in some introspection. So it's a different take on health and wellness, just something fresh and new, but I'm really looking to connect with other people who love to write or want to get better at writing. And then the other thing about it is, when you write for a living, it's a sedentary lifestyle and you have to make an effort to get moving. So this group serves two purposes. One, I connect with other people who love to write or who are interested in kind of learning more about how to be a better writer. And that's like totally my niche market. Okay. So that's what I mean by connecting with your niche. Writers are my niche. And it's not about like this kind of calculated targeting. Like, it's just about, these are people who I want to hang out with and get to know better. So I have this group about writing. It's going to draw in other people who are interested in writing. I'm going to work together for a week. I'm going to offer them a ton of value. And if they never work with me, that's totally okay, because I love what I do. And, you know, I'm just doing the challenge for the sake of it. But the bottom line is that everyone can benefit from working out and eating healthy. So as part of this free challenge, I'm also going to, at the end of it, offer them, say, hey, if you've been enjoying this and you want to work together more, here are some ways we can do that. So the free challenge leads into the opportunity for a paid group. I'm not going to get mad at people if they say no, but I always want to offer the opportunity. So, by offering this free group, and you know, maybe depending on what you want to do, like you could do like an abs challenge, a squat challenge, just like let's hold each other accountable to working out. You know, it could be a clean eating challenge. I'll give you some guidance on it, on how to offer a free group. If you get into that On Fire for the UK Beachbody launch, we're working on it in there. But if you say you do your free 5-day group, all right, by October 19th, you will have a ready-made list of people that you get along with who are excited to get started. All right, social media. So I said one thing you can do now is start get into some Beachbody on demand workouts, share about them on social media. Start thinking like a business owner. Remember that you are an influencer now. So things like complaining on social media and any drama, get it off of your social media. It doesn't mean you have to be all fitness and nutrition all the time. In fact, I would advise against that. You have to let people get to know you to an extent, right? There are things you can keep private, but you have to show people a bit of who you are to really be successful or to be more successful. And there's no reason you can't set up your business page on Facebook now and start growing your following. You don't need to get into the Beachbody Coach online office to do that. By the way, that's one of the really cool things about this business. Like, you own your page. It's not a Beachbody page. It's your brand. So say you try this out, you decide this company is not for me. You still have that page that you built with the help of the mentorship and everything that you've learned about social media and marketing. You'll have that business that you've built. Even, we hope you won't leave the company, but if you did, you're building something that's yours. You can grow your audience organically. You can grow it using ads. We have trainings that walk you through this step by step. So that is something you could get started with now. The other thing to be doing as, in advance of the launch is to be experimenting with other platforms. There was a time when Facebook was the be all and end all. And I think there's, trends in the digital world, but at least in the US, also the election had a big impact on a lot of people leaving Facebook because there was a lot of negativity and just became very divisive. So it's hard to build a business exclusively on Facebook now. Facebook is definitely a big part of it, but I also use Instagram, including Instagram stories. And then other options are Snapchat, YouTube, and Pinterest. But now you don't have to use all of these every day, but I would encourage you to experiment with them and see which ones feel the best to you for getting the message out that you want to get out into the world. So this is the time to be playing around with them and just learning how the platforms work. And then another thing you can be working on is defining your ideal customer. And then you can start speaking to him or her with the posts that you're putting up. And we do have trainings that walk you through this step by step. If you get into the On Fire for the Beachbody UK launch, and basically people who are participating actively in that would also get added to our team group. Then you got to connect with your niche market and grow it. Got trainings on this too. So that is the end of my content, and I thank you for hanging in there with me. Thank you for your interest in Beachbody and this team. And if you have any questions at all, please shoot me an email, Facebook message. I would love to get you into that On Fire for the UK Beachbody launch. We're together. I'm available to you for the next 11 days. And then, of course, once the launch officially happens, we'll be working together a lot more closely if you choose to join our team. So I hope to welcome some of you to the team on October 19th. Thank you so much.